Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of my Let's Play. This is Zeronius here, nice to see you again. Last time we grabbed our first Pokemon. We grabbed Bulbasaur, we grabbed Oak's Parcel, we returned it to him, we got the Pokedex, we got Pokeballs, we did some shit with some stack, a fuck shit stack, you know? And so in this episode we are going to be heading back through this route. Again, no Pokemon I would recommend here, but I would definitely recommend killing these guys just for the easy XP. So throughout this LP, again, LP is Let's Play if that wasn't obvious. You know, hopefully throughout this LP, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. Again, a lot of this I'm gonna reiterate from my first recording. I'm trying to use a lot of things that I haven't done before, a lot of new Pokemon that I haven't used before, and so, you know, there could be a couple learning curves. Bulbasaur learned Leech Seed, so what that'll do is it doesn't do initial damage, but at the end of the turn, and after every other turn until the Pokemon switches out, I will deal damage to him passively and, you know, be able to do other attacks while also gaining health back, which is actually pretty cool. So, I could go heal up, but, I mean, not a lot of point at this current juncture. The first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go talk to this guy. So basically, if you tried to pass this guy before, he was basically saying that, you know, he was basically lying in the road for some reason, because that's a good idea. And he basically thinks that we don't know how to catch a Pokemon. Even if you have caught a Pokemon by this point, you will not. He will say the exact same line. Excuse me. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna hop in his bag and have incredibly poor form. And excuse me. And just throw a Pokeball when it's at full HP. He'll catch it every time because he's pretty much just a hacker. So Weedle is a Pokemon we will be running into in a route coming up. Would not recommend Weedle or its counterpart Caterpie. Both are Bug-type Pokemon that evolve, you know, fairly early on at the level of 10 to their max form, because they also evolve at level 7. TGTV is pretty much useless. I would not recommend it at all. I think they are both horrible Pokemon. If you're going to catch them, I would recommend catching the first evolution, Caterpie or Weedle. And that is because if you catch the second evolution, it will not have any sort of attacking move, and you have to switch it out, switch it to another Pokemon, giving it only half of the experience. So if you walk over this way, you can see there's an item on the ground, which is symbolized by this Pokeball. That is a potion. This tree will come into effect later on. That will be able to be cut down by one of our Pokemon in the future, which is pretty swell. Now, if you come out this way, there's actually a Pokemon or two I would recommend in this grass. There are two new Pokemon that you can find in this grass. The first off is Spearow. Spearow was used by Chugga in his Let's Play of Fire Red. Spearow's very good Pokemon. Definitely would recommend it over Pidgey, and if you're looking for a flying type, especially early on, especially if you started with Bulbasaur like he and I did, I would definitely recommend it. The other Pokemon here is Mankey. I love Mankey. I think Mankey is actually incredibly underrated. He's got a lot of good speed, he's got pretty solid damage, and especially if you started with Charmander, I would absolutely recommend picking up a Mankey while you're here. I think he does really well in the first battle, the first gym battle that is, and just throughout. You know, whenever I use a Primeape, I'm never disappointed, so I would... Mankey evolves in Primeape, by the way. So I would definitely recommend it. I'm not going to use one for this LP, because again, trying new things, but I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for some help. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head towards Route 2. So again, you can catch, I believe, Pidgey and Rattata in this grass. You can also catch Caterpie and Weedles in this grass. There's an item that we cannot access now. We're actually going to head straight up here. So this is the first quote-unquote dungeon of the game. If you click here, you can get an antidote. So in this place, the new Pokemon that you can catch are Kakuna and Weedle, which are the evolved forms of Kakuna and Weedle, excuse me, Kakuna and Metapod, and those are the evolved forms of Weedle, and Weedle evolves into Kakuna, and Caterpie evolves into Metapod. There we go, excuse me. There's an item over here, I think it's a Pokeball? And the other Pokemon that you can catch here is Pikachu. Surprisingly enough, Pikachu can be found in this area. There is Kakuna, the evolved form of Weedle, which is the bug Pokemon that we've run into a couple times at the Old Man Cod. I would definitely recommend Pikachu. I think it's a really good Pokemon early in the game. If you need help with flying types like I do, if you if you think you're going to need help with water types, you start with Charmander. I think Pikachu is an incredibly good Pokemon. I think he's actually really underrated, and I'm going to try him in this Let's Play. I don't think I've ever used a Pikachu before, so I think it'll be an interesting experience. I mean, he's already got a same type attack bonus and decent move. Didn't do anything to me because Bulbasaur is a fairly decent tank and also has a resistance to electric, so it does only 50%. So Growl will lower my attack stat by 1. Your the stats can be lowered by up to 6 times each, or raised by 6 times. I was also paralyzed because of his ability. So his ability makes it so some of the time when he gets attacked physically, so by a physical type move. Oh, that's the wrong button. Let's do that. Yeah, alright. I am the czar of the Visual Boy Advance. So, again, I would definitely recommend Pikachu. Oh, right, ability. So every Pokemon has an ability. So Pikachu's ability is that sometimes when it gets hit by physical moves, it will end up paralyzing the opponent, which is actually a really helpful ability. I am in desperate need of running back to the Pokemon Center. So I am going to go do that fairly quickly. I believe I've also grabbed all the items, at least on the left side of this place. Again, I would definitely recommend Pikachu. I think it's going to be an interesting experience. I haven't used him, but again, I did start with Bulbasaur. There's a lot of flying types early on in the game, and I think Pikachu is going to be a welcome addition. The only problem I have with Pikachu is the fact that he's probably going to be a pain to level to go through the first area, the first dungeon that we were just in, the Viridian Forest, because there's a lot of bug Pokemon and things like that, which he doesn't necessarily do amazing against. I don't believe Bug resists electric, but it doesn't do super effective damage like he would on a flying type. The first gym, hint hint, is a rock gym, and electric moves do nothing against ground types, and almost every rock type is part ground. And so that's going to be a distinct problem. But again, I think it's going to be fun. I think it'll be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm hoping that in the end, Pikachu will be worth it. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to swap Pikachu to the front. And we can go ahead and look at Pikachu real quick. So he's a quiet nature, which I can't remember exactly what that does. Again, static is his ability, where it can paralyze on contact, and he's got Thunder Shock and Drought. Not that surprising, you know. It's the very start of the game, low levels, not too many new moves that a Pokemon are going to have. So we're going to continue back into the Viridian Forest. Sorry about that if you could hear that, just trying to wake up with my coffee. It's pretty early in the morning for this recording session. I am actually running into a fair bit of Pokemon. Oh, there's Caterpie, which is actually convenient. This is the first time we've run into a Caterpie. I'm trying to think of which of the original bug Pokemon that I would suggest more, Caterpie or Weedle. Oh my god, a critical hit. Okay, that's unfortunate. Probably gonna have to use a potion on Pikachu, or maybe just switch him out or something. Wow, I'm actually going to have to use a potion on a Caterpie. This is incredibly embarrassing. But yeah, I'd probably recommend Caterpie more in the long run. I think Weedle's better than Caterpie, but I think that Butterfree is better than Beedrill. Butterfree will get access to Psychic-type moves, which are fairly rare, and I think it just gives a little bit more diversity compared to Beedrill. So I guess if you're just demanding to use a bug type and you want one now, I would recommend Caterpie over Weedle. Here's another potion, which is really helpful and convenient because we just got, you know, crushed by that random Caterpie. Speaking of which, a lot of this episode is probably going to be me running into Caterpies. I'm sorry about that. I will try and make this go as quick as possible. Later in the game, you will be able to buy things called repels, which will make it so that you can just, if the Pokemon that you would run into are lower level than your Pokemon that you have in the front slot while a repel is active, you won't run into them. So essentially, you can guarantee more or less that you won't run into wild Pokemon, which is actually really nice and convenient. I'm actually going to stay in to start. I'm going to hope that this guy doesn't end up poisoning me, because that would be a pain. I'm just trying to get the static on this guy. If I don't get it, which I did not from a Poison Sting originally, I'm going to swap into Bulbasaur. The rest of this, you know, mini dungeon, I'm probably going to end up having to swap in and out, which is a little frustrating, but, you know, happens. String Shot will lower my speed, so more than likely he's going to go first now, which is a little frustrating, but Bulbasaur is also part Poison type, and so I cannot be poisoned, so that is incredibly helpful, especially in this early part. If you have Charmander, or you picked up a Pidgey or a Spearow, this first dungeon is a breeze. You spam your fire or flying move, and you will probably one-hit, if not two-hit, everything in this entire place, so I started with Bulbasaur, and so it's going to be a little bit slower going. It's Pikachu grew to level 4, and, but, hey, sometimes you just gotta make it through. Good, sorry about that. Not a lot to talk about here. I might try editing some of this out. This is, again, my first Let's Play. I haven't done a lot of computer things in the context of editing and creating videos. And so, I think it'll definitely be a interesting transition. Wow, I missed. My life is horrible. Tackle technically has a 95, I believe, % accuracy, and so there is, of course, a 5% chance that I will miss, which, of course, just happened. But eventually, this Caterpie will die. Okay, that was rude. I think I can live. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Alright. Let's use another potion. This is like legit embarrassing. But, oh well. I guess I'm just gonna have to struggle. Oh my god, he used String Shot. So let's see. Missed 2 tackles, got crit. This Caterpie is kind of a jerk. But, oh my god. What is with this game? Why does this game hate me so? Oh well. Alright, so Bulbasaur grew to level 8. And defeated Bugcatcher Rick. No, Caterpie can't hack it. So, I believe almost... I'm trying to think. I think one fight in this entire place is mandatory. I think you can technically avoid the rest, but I'm not going to do so. Again, experience is a wonderful thing, and I think it's really important. This guy has 3 Pokemon, which, hilariously enough, might end up being a little tough for me, but we'll see. Again, hopefully Pikachu doesn't get poisoned, or this is going to be a pain. Oh my god, Pikachu, you're fucking fired. Okay, well, poison won't do damage to me when I switch out, but it will do damage to me when I try and move, so Pikachu will faint, unless I revive him, but there's no real point in wasting an antidote, really. Unless technically I use the antidote, swap into him when he swaps Pokemon, yada yada yada. Hopefully this Weedle and his next 2 Pokemon don't do a lot of attacking moves, which allows me to just be able to consistently tackle him, and what, probably 2 more tackles until I can finally take this guy down. Luckily, again, he is using String Shot. Hopefully I don't miss another 95% accuracy move or get crit by the one move he'll end up using, which is right now. So, that's nice. 1 down, 2 to go. So how are you all doing tonight? Pikachu goes to level 5, which is very interesting. Very good. I'm probably going to have to stay into Bulbasaur, because again, I haven't used the antidote on Pikachu. I probably won't end up using it. Yeah, I stream on Twitch sometimes. Significantly less than I probably should, but it's just twitch.tv/ZeraniusGG. You know, I mostly play League of Legends. I played a Diamond level. I play CSGO and things like that, but currently not good enough to stream it. Oh, hey! I finally got a crit. What do you know? One thing is that when, God, what is that game called? Overwatch? There you go. The Blizzard version of TF2 comes out. I'm probably going to be playing that and streaming a lot of that actually. So there's that to look forward to. And this guy's last Pokemon is a Kakuna. I actually don't know if this thing has an attacking move. It might just have Harden, which means I should probably use Leech Seed on it, just because that'll do consistent percent damage. The more he uses Harden, the less damage I will do, and if this guy just has Harden, this is going to be an incredibly long fight, and I am sorry. So again, this is the first time I've used Leech Seed. So again, it'll do passive damage after the turn is over. It'll also heal me for a small portion of the damage done. It's definitely helpful in long battles like this, where the guy's going to constantly use a buff move. This is where it could really come in handy, because I would do 2 times the damage as if he hadn't hardened at all, which would basically make all of his turns useless. So it's going to take forever, because Kakuna is a piece of shit Pokemon that I wouldn't recommend. It just needs to fucking die. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for Overwatch to come out. I was at this most recent BlizzCon 2014, and I definitely enjoyed it. I had never gone to a BlizzCon before. Overwatch was announced. I got to watch Firebat in Hearthstone. I got to, you know, watch some of the WoW Arena tournaments. Watch the raiding go on, which, you know, I've been playing WoW for too long. Probably, give or take, 9-10 years, because I played in vanilla. Because that gives a slight background into my video game past. Maybe I could explain that in the next episode or something. So again, like I said in, I believe, the first video, you can only go up or down in defenses 6 times. So this guy went up in defense 6 times, and he was done. So, I think I'm actually going to end it off here. It's been about 15, 16, 17 minutes, give or take. So, next time on Pokemon Fire Red, I will hopefully be right back next to this guy, but I'm probably going to visit the Pokemon Center and heal up while, you know, in between videos. So, see you guys then.